All right, so we're going to look at our membrane permeability. And as we looked at in 2.4, the structure of it, because of that hydrophobic core, that those phospholipid bilayers and those two fatty acid tails, really four fatty acid tails sticking together, it makes it selectively permeable. So really what we mean is only some molecules can get through the membrane. So the next question is, what can get through? So if you think about it, if it's fatty acids are the main core of it, non-polar things can cross no problem. Non-polar, no problem. Okay, so some examples of that are oxygen, carbon dioxide, steroid hormones, because we know that steroids are a fatty acid. Okay. What the other thing that can cross is small polar in small amounts. Okay, so most of it does have trouble getting through, but some of it can kind of sneak through small polar molecules. So an example of that is water can sneak through in small amounts, but we usually need more of that. So we'll talk about how we're going to get help with that. Okay. And then, so who needs help? So it's going to be anything that's polar, charged. So examples are like sodium. We're going to see a lot of stuff with sodium and potassium, calcium, any charged molecule. Okay. So large polar molecules and anything that's charged. Okay. So that's kind of the deal there. And then, so we're going to look at how can those things get through if they need help. So we're going to look at some of those proteins that are involved in that. The other thing that's part of this whole topic of membrane permeability is that some organisms, like plants, have a cell wall made out of cellulose. Fungi have one made out of chitin. And some bacteria also can have cell walls to help maintain structure. And what it does, so if you're kind of looking at a cell, it's going to be, here's our cell wall. And then, so there's our cell wall. And then inside of it is going to be the actual cell. So there's the membrane. But that wall is going to help kind of maintain structure and rigidity. If you think about it, a plant or a fungus isn't capable of walking and moving very much. And that's because of that cell wall. It helps maintain that firm structure. So it helps with structure or rigidity and structure. And we're going to see how that comes into play when we talk about the movement of water as well. Okay, so that's the deal with membrane permeability. We're going to dive deeper into that in different topics.